Good evening, everybody. It's a huge pleasure to be on SPTV, and in a few moments we'll get started and we'll connect with some loved ones in the spirit world. For those who have not seen me before, predominantly I will be connecting with your loved ones and friends over in the spirit world, and I see things. So when they step forward, they'll show me things about themselves and things about you guys. Also, I'm very lucky to be able to feel people from the spirit world. So when they come very close to me, the personalities really shines. What it was like as people, if there was happy-go-lucky, sad people, funny, difficult, everybody's personality is different. And in those feelings, more than often they tend to project the conditions in which they was faced in. Because one thing they always want to come back and say is that they're okay and that they're living on. Feelings also plays a big part in emotional states. As we each know through our lives, we have ups and downs, but it's always a nice feeling to know our loved ones are just a whisper away, watching over us and maybe trying to help us just a little bit through those trying times. I can also smell and taste things, and sometimes I get to hear things as well. So there's a whole range of different communications going off. So at the moment, Richard, I'm not seeing anything. All right, okay. Yep, yep. Okay, so Sue Lawrence, good evening. It's nice to see you on here. Millie B, good evening. Whitney, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Hope you're very well, Whitney. Oh, it's 3 a.m. Good evening, Cheryl. It's nice to see you on here. And it's absolutely sweltering where I'm from in Grimsby. That's where I live in the UK on the East Coast. Good evening, Stacey Shaw. Good evening, Dawny. Good evening, Lisa Davis. I hope you enjoyed the evening with me, and I look forward to making some connections soon. Trish Woods, good evening. Karen White, good evening. Sarah Burston, good evening to you too. Okay, so we're going to start to make a connection soon. Katie Hollis, good evening. Okay, let's have a little look. Yeah. Right, Natalie Bentley. Okay, let's have a little look. Okay, so bear with me just a second while I get the first one. There was a lady with lots of cakes in the picture. Can you still see her live? I think there was cakes. It's like yeah, that's Dawny. Yes, that's the one. I felt a little bit drawn to that lady when I saw the picture come up. So just let me have a little focus just for a second. I was very well aware of a lovely lady, Dawny, that steps into the atmosphere. This lady, she connects with me, had a very maternal connection. So we're talking your mother's side of family. And I know as she connects with me in the terms of her personality, she would certainly be a lady that would speak her mind. She would speak her truth. You know, she wasn't one of these kind of walkover kind of ladies. She's very authentic. What you see is what you get. But what I loved about this lady as she connected with me was a capacity to love her family, that the family meant so much to her, and she'd do anything for anyone. And you could feel that as she was connecting. Now, I know she fought very hard in the conditions that she was faced in. She lost a little bit of weight before she went up there. But what I did see, Dawny, as well, as she was connected, is at the time when she passes away, that unfortunately there was one or two people that didn't quite get the opportunity to have said goodbye to her. And I know she takes a last breath, that she certainly wanted you to know that she came around everyone. She went around everyone before she crossed over. And I think it shows the values of this beautiful, beautiful lady. Also, as I'm connecting with Adorni, I feel very drawn to say that during 1993, yes, so a grandmother to you. So 1993, so about 19 years ago, was that 19? No, no, it's more than that, isn't it? 29 years ago, 1993, that within the family, Dawn, there was a little baby that never made it into the world. So about 29 years ago. And this baby was either lost during pregnancy or a baby that was just very briefly to the earth. And this little life continues on in the world of spirit. And this beautiful, beautiful lady connects with this child and she takes care of the child. But what I did say, oh, you didn't get to say goodbye. Thank you for confirming that, Dawn. What I did see is that this beautiful lady brings this baby down with her from the spirit world. So it implies that the mother would still be alive and all life goes on. Now, I'm also going back roughly around about the same time, Dawn, about the same time. So during the early 90s, that I can see in your own personal life that it wasn't always the most easiest of times. There was a lot of challenges around you, and maybe there was problems around relationships, etc., etc. And I can see that loved ones in the spirit world have always had your back, always looking over you, and giving you that little bit of guidance. And I can see as we look at life now, Dawn, that your life is much, much more, it's much more better now, and certainly more balanced than where it's ever been. Maybe you can ask that question about the baby, Dom, but it does go back a few years. Now, I can also see as this lady connects with me, she was making references that when she was laid to rest, Dawn, she wanted to say thank you for the most amazing words that was written. Somebody wrote the most heartfelt words in her memory, and she was very, very moved by that, very moved indeed. Bless her heart. Know that she's always with you, Dawn, watching and guiding you in your life. And I want to say also on her behalf, the way she looks upon you, she's so proud of the woman that you've become. Absolutely. You've got so much compassion, just like she has. You've got a beautiful aura about you. And I know that in your life, you wouldn't think twice to help anybody. And you do that unconditionally. Just before she breaks away from me, I do feel very drawn around November the 26th, November the 27th, somewhere around there would have a lot of significance, whether it be birthdays, anniversaries, that kind of thing. And I feel, yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense what you're saying there. That life is better now because you're single. Okay, if that's okay for you, then Dawn, then that's great. But know that your grandmother is very, very much around. She is guiding you. You've got a beautiful soul, and I felt so drawn to you with this beautiful lady. Know that she's your guiding light and always will be for many, many years to come. And hey, who knows what the future may bring? Maybe she's going to send you Mr. Right into your life. Who knows? But till then, know that you've been guided and you're a very kindred soul yourself, Dawn. And God bless you, my darling. God bless. Okay, Richard, I'm ready to see some other names. Okay, so if we can send some healing out to Heidi and Alison, that'd be really, really wonderful. Okay. And I'll be sending thoughts as well throughout the evening. Okay. Okay. Let's see where we go next. Good evening, Sally Walker. Wendy Watson, good evening. Sounds Australian. Joan Walker. Yes, Joan Walker, good evening. Okay, so I do have a gentleman that steps into the atmosphere. I'm not sure where I'm going with this yet, Richard, so I'm just going to give off what I've just seen and hopefully somebody can comment to and say, I think that's for me. This is a very young gentleman that steps into the atmosphere, and I know how he connects with me, that he passes over in a very tragic circumstance. And I feel as he goes into the world of spirit, I feel very drawn to say an asphyxiation. There's a form of choking that's caused this young man's passing, and I feel, bless his heart, that he lost his way a little bit in life and he'd made his own decision to leave this earth. I would place him in the early part of his 20s, somewhere between 20 and 25. I wouldn't go any more than that, really. As a very young gentleman, there is certainly a cheeky element to his soul. He'd like to play around, mess around, and I do feel with him as well that he had got himself mixed up with the wrong kinds of people as well. Bless him. But unfortunately, he did make his decision to go to the world of spirit. I know he's trying to reach out to his family and to his friends to say, hey, you know, I'm okay, I'm living on. And despite that fatal day, I didn't feel anything. So if anybody's relating with this young man who unfortunately made his own decision to leave this earth, I'll make a connection with you and see what else that we can get. Anybody recognizing it? There was a young lady's yeah. Yeah, there's a young Sally Walker. Could be my son, not asphyxiation, but was 22 years old. So it was a tragic circumstance that I felt with his energy, that this would have been the only way I can describe it. He was choking of his own hands, but wasn't deliberate. I think it might be the lady of the son. Oh, there's Millie B. My friend was early 20s, died by suicide, hanging in jail. Ah, yes, because, okay, I'm just going to focus with Millie B, if that's okay. So we can filter Millie, because through the information that I saw, and please forgive the other people if it wasn't for them, but there's a couple of pieces of information that I saw. One of his early 20s, one that he made his own decision to leave the earth, and also the fact that he got himself mixed up with the wrong kinds of people, and given the response that Millie B gave, it feels like that's connecting with all the information that I had. Millie, I'm not sure if you would know this or not, but this young man, I feel back in his day, I think he may have been quite sweet on you, but I don't feel he ever had the confidence to tell you so. Okay, so that's quite nice to know. And I certainly know with him as well, Billy, that despite that fatal day, that he's now found his peace, and I know that he's happy and that he lives on. I did also see around him, Millie, through the people that he was associated with and in his own personal life, would have been Class A drugs around as well. So I feel like this young man may have experimented a little bit with amphetamines, cocaine, marijuana as well of Class B. So there's lots of different elements around this young man's life, most definitely. But the thing is, Millie, as well, as I felt his energy, you can see that he does come in visitation a great deal. And he does want you to know that he survived. And he does try his hardest to let people know. And as I see the cheeky side of him, it's like, you know, I'll give them all a scare. You know, you can feel it from his energy. And as he comes into your property, I think he has tried on many occasions to get your attention. You know, maybe you're sat there watching the TV, and in the corner of your eyes, you're seeing shadows, or you're feeling of a presence. And I think he gets quite creative as well, in the sense of trying to move things. Oh, bless. Thank you for that little bit of information there. Absolutely. And as I said, Millie, you could sense this, you know, I think it was quite sweet on you indeed. So yes, he does try to certainly get your, yeah, cannabis. Yeah, this is making a lot of sense, Millie. It's definitely for you. It's resonating, because I could smell marijuana, that kind of thing, around this young man's life. And the thing is as well, Millie, when he comes to see you, I actually do think he tries to bring no smell of marijuana around you. You know, he really does try. Okay, whilst I have you here as well, and we have this young man who's recognised you, I also have what feels like a grandfather of yours as well, Millie. Now, this man, as he connects with me, I think we might be quite busy here, Millie. So buckle up, because there's a few coming in here. So we've got a grandfather as well, alongside your friend. This grandfather, as he connects with me, I know that he was a very smart man, and we wouldn't have seen him often in, you know, like scruffy jeans and T-shirts. You would see him all dressed up, you know, suited and booted, you know, trousers, shoes, shirt, very smart looking gentleman. And it appears that he's been up there for a number of years now, Millie. And I do feel in his energy that there would be some respiratory issues with this man. So I think he was having a few problems around his lungs prior to going into spirit. And as he goes into the spirit world, I know that somebody held his hand. Somebody held his hand and he felt that love around him. And you can see that somebody kissed him. Somebody said to Grandad, it is okay. It's okay to let go. And he felt that love, you know, Millie. He felt that love around him. And it's interesting because as he comes in visitation to you, to your home, your granddad, that I do feel also that you would go at least 150 to 200 miles away from your location to see other family members. So he keeps himself busy. So you've got family that's quite distant to you. I don't know if that's through siblings or through uncles, aunties, whatever it would be. But I know he comes to see you in your home, and he does go to see other people, which is really nice. Now, he did make me aware as well, Millie, I don't know if this is to do with the people that live away, maybe more closer to home, because Grandad made me feel there was one or two people in family that don't always see eye to eye. Okay. He passed of lung cancer. This is making a lot of sense, my darling. So that was a feeling that I had with the respiratory problems. So as I was saying there, Millie, with Grandad, he seems to have observed one or two people. There's one or two people in family that are not seeing eye to eye. And I feel as your granddad comes in and he watches over the families, trying to bring people closer together. Oh, that's the answer. Okay, thanks for all the confirmations, Millie. That's really good feedback. He's trying to bring people closer together because it appears there is maybe one or two that we don't always see eye to eye with. Now, this is not to criticize anybody. You must understand that Grandad loves everyone. He loves everyone, but he feels like the family needs a little bit more harmony. Absolutely. And so you can see him working very hard behind the scenes, putting thoughts, yeah, thank you for the feedback. Putting thoughts into people's head, trying to bring this family together again, to reunite, to have a bit of harmony. Now, I know it's not always easy, Millie. You know, people have got their own free will. People have got certain personalities, and sometimes them personalities don't connect. But he tries so hard because it does upset him to see. It really does. Now, also, Millie, as I saw your friend in the atmosphere, coming in, I see Grandad. Grandad's got his mum with him as well. So your great grandmother, she was a very small lady. Your great grand, she was only about 5'3". She wasn't very tall, but she was very strong, the kind of matriarch of the family at that time. And she was the one who was running the home and kept everything organized. She also likes to come in visitation as well, and she watches over the family. There was something she wanted to say. Come again, my darling. Oh, yes, that was it. She shows me that there's a member of your family right now, Millie, not to cause any concern or to cause any stress, but she was showing me that she's been coming down from the spirit world, giving a little bit of healing to somebody. Okay. Now, that's not to say that person's going over into the world of spirit, but it's beautiful to know that loved ones are watching. And as I was getting the information, I could see also where that person's been having muscle problems, and you can feel where joints are hurting, muscles are hurting, muscles becoming inflamed, and you can see your great grand bringing this healing down to help that situation. Now, I'm not an expert in healthcare, Millie, but it feels very drawn around like fibromyalgia or some kind of arthritis kind of feelings. So most definitely, she's looking out for you all. I really like this lady. She's very caring. She's very direct as well. You know, she was definitely one of those no nonsense lady. You know, you can wipe that smile off your face. I will put you through the wall, you know, so you get the wrath of Nana if you step over that line. But she had a good heart. Most definitely she did. I've also got to acknowledge this name of William. Millie, there's this name of William, of Bill, that is also in the world of spirit. Now, Grandad seems to know this person, so it may be one of his friends or maybe one of his ancestors, but he said, mention William, mention William. Okay, so that's nice to know. Yes, give me that again. Apparently, Millie, we have got somebody's big birthday coming up very soon. I'd say within the next few weeks. There is a feeling of like an 18th, the 21st, 30, 40, 50 kind of hallmark birthday, that granddad and your great nan and everybody else up there coming down from the spirit world and sending their loving thoughts. And I feel also about 3-4 weeks ago, so that takes me to the middle of July. Towards the end of July, there was also another birthday there. William's a grandchild, perfect. There is a feeling of somebody's birthday not so long ago in the back end of July, that all your family members coming in and sending their thoughts. Just before the break away from me, Millie, there's a lot of interest with you, you know, because I've got these lovely people here and your friend. They make me feel that you've got the hallmarks yourself. It's your uncle's 40th. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. There is this feeling about you, Millie, that you are very, very open to the world of spirit. They see this quality about you, that you could work with them or you can sense them around. So I don't know if you're a practicing medium yourself or you're wanting to go down that path. I feel them up there are willing to work with you. So that's very, very exciting. So maybe something to think about. Millie, a lot of love here today, but not forgetting your dear friend who stepped into the atmosphere, wanting you to know that he's found his peace and he's happy. And despite that fatal day, that he's met with his loved ones, he didn't suffer, and he's thought very, very, very much about you today, Millie. So loads of love to you, my darling, and God bless you. God bless. All right, okay. I did feel very drawn to Millie, but thank you very much for saying that too. Okay, so if we see a few more names and see if we get another one coming in. Okay. Okay. Let's have a little look where we're going next. Right, so I do know I've got a gentleman that steps into the atmosphere. This gentleman, as he connects through to me, I don't think he's been over there very long at all. This feels like he's been over perhaps maybe early this year that he left to go into the world of spirit. Now, I know he lost significant weight before he crossed over. He lost so much weight before he went over there, and now he's fine. He's living on. And I would say probably somewhere around January, February kind of time that he passed into the world of spirit. As I'm getting more information with this man, I do feel there was cancer in his system and he was fighting for a little bit of time. This was going on for maybe a year, 2 years. I feel like I want to connect where I want to say dad, that this is a father's love to his children, a husband's love as well. So I think his wife is still alive. He's a grandfather as well. So he loves his family so much and he's so reaching out. I don't think this man is at 1 year and he's passing. So I know it's less than 1 year. My brother passed in January. Let's have a little connect with Kate and see what we've got. So Kate, if you can just confirm if this was a cancer with your brother and that he would have a wife that he's left behind and that he's got children. Charlene thinks she can take it as well with granddad. So just confirmed the cancer. I feel that it spread with this man. It looks like he had a period of treatment. He thought he was on the mend and it comes back really thick and fast, and it actually spread right across his body, which left him with a lot of weight loss. And he went into a very comatose state in the last few days of his physical life. So I've got a little bit more information with him there, and I certainly know he is a grandfather. I wonder if it is Charlene. So if they can confirm those pieces of information. He's got a wife and 5 kids. Charlene, do you know if your granddad lost significant weight and was just pretty much skin and bone, is what I saw towards the end of his life? And I know he's a lovely, lovely man. And I know that he fought so hard. He fought with everything that he had. So it must be that his wife's still alive, Charlene. Could you confirm that for me, my darling? Joan Walker's brother passed in April. Oh, crikey, there's a few. Okay, so I'm just going to get a little bit more information, Richard, just so I can narrow it down a little bit. There is a name of Michael that's important to this man's life. And I think also David. comes into thoughts as well. These may be around family members. There seems to be those names are important to him. My stepfather passes me called Regan in January. So the name of Michael, I think, in family, and David seems to be important. I think somebody's pregnant right now. Okay, so I've got a little bit more information. I think somebody's pregnant. So somebody's expecting in family that this man seems to have got aware of. So I don't know if there's a new grandchild coming or great grandchild perhaps. So there's a little bit more information. So Charlene, I think we can eliminate Charlene. Thank you, darling, for speaking to me. So we might be able to narrow this down. So the one with the brother, would you know if anybody in the family? His son is David Cato Mahoney. Okay, so this is getting more. So who was it for Kate? Who did she say? Was it a brother, was it? Uncle is Michael. This is feeling good. This is feeling good. Okay. So I think that was Kate's brother, wasn't it? Yeah, my brother passed in January. Okay, thank you. So let's work with Kate. I did get a feeling it was early this year. He has great grandchildren as well. This is making a great deal of sense. Okay, thank you so much. Kate, we may find out, my darling, that somebody's expecting. Okay, maybe you've not been told yet. If it's not happened right now, then it's going to be an announcement very, very, very soon, because this lovely man, I did get a sense that he's become aware of this. And I do feel this man, as I said there, he fought very hard. And what I felt with his energy as well, Kate, he hardly complained. He got on with it. You know, as much as he was battling there were some very dark days, but he always had a smile on his face. Now, Kate, there is a real sense of cheekiness with him. Okay, there's a real sense of cheekiness and a sense of in the spirit world. In the very short time that he's been over there, he is loving the idea that he doesn't have to pay for anything. He is loving that. Now, I don't think he was a massive drinker when he was here on the earth, Kate. I think he's more of a cup of tea man personally. But since his time in spirit, that I know he's enjoying a few beverages up there. So he's like, I'm getting it all for free, and he's raising a glass for you, Kate. If that's not sure about the baby, maybe you'll get to find out. Okay. So he's enjoying his time in the spirit world. Now, Kate, I do feel quite sad of the fact that you didn't personally really get the biggest of opportunity to get to say goodbye to him. Okay, but I want you to know this: when he slipped away and he went into his spirit body, he came around every single one of his family members before he crossed over, Kate. And he's also put into my thoughts as well that he wants to say thank you in so many ways. Thank you for the love, thank you for the support, that everything that he went through. Yeah, he's very cheeky. He's having a few free ones up there, Kate, I tell you. He wants to say thank you for the love and the support, the care that he received. Is wanting to say thank you for his send-off, that it was made to look very beautiful. It wasn't just all dreary and dark and somber. It feels very uplifting and very bright. And he was very, very moved by it. He didn't get to say goodbye. Yes, I did get a feeling of that, Kate, because the reference that he made, that he wanted you to know that he did come to you, my darling, before he took that journey. And it's always so hard when we get to hear from a phone call that your brother slipped away, or we didn't quite get there in time and we was in transit. But just rest assured that his soul and his spirit was very much with you, Kate. I do not wish to scare you in any way, shape or form, but I can see where he's tried to communicate to you into your dreams and things like this. Your brother was a lovely man, Kate, and he didn't deserve to go through what he did. And albeit that he's had lots of children and grandkids, he still should have had a bit more time on this earth. He didn't particularly make a really, really old man. But his life continues in the world of spirit, and he's met with loved ones up there. Yes, he did have a beautiful send-off, Kate. That's what I saw, darling. Thank you for confirming. He's met with loved ones in the spirit world. I can see there's a father figure, so he must have dad over there as well. I can see this man that he's connected with. You know, when I said to you I was having a few drinks up there, he's having a drink with this man. He's having a good time. Absolutely, a real good knees up in the world of spirit. I know that we mentioned about January has been important around the passing of this man, but I can also see as well, Kate, he draws me to the December time as well, of Christmas time, that I feel about a week before Christmas, around about the 18th of December, I feel there's somebody's birthday that would link to your people. that would link to your people. So David was his son, wasn't it? I can see that he's guiding David. He's guiding David. And I feel, yeah, bless you. Yeah, he's with his loved ones, with mum and dad. There's a little bit of guidance being given to David, both from your mother and dad and from your brother. I don't think David's been dealing very well of the loss of his dad. People, oh, his brother, 13th of December has passed. Yeah, I could see that point of time being very significant. I thought it was innate, so please forgive me. But I could see around that time it being very important. Katie's been trying to guide David. I don't think he's been dealing with this very well. He's not been very open with his family, how he's feeling, how he's experiencing things. And I think he's locking a lot of that grief up and rather won't talk about it. So I can see his dad is watching, Nana and Granddad up there are watching over him as well, trying to help him through this process. We all deal with things very differently. You know, some people cry, some people shout, some people scream, some people just lock it all up and rather not speak about it. Some people seek out friends to talk to. And I just feel so drawn that David's not particularly doing that well with it. So all these people are working with him. Now, your mum does actually leave you a lot of feathers around Kate. So maybe when you're going out and about, she'll drop them down to you. There's also a photograph I'm seeing of your mum. Now, if we can just picture for a moment in your house, and we just pretend that the window of your sitting room's behind me here. Now, I feel very drawn to the far corner, the left-hand side, Kate. So if the window of your sitting room is behind me here, to the left-hand side, to the far corner, I think there's a photograph on display that I think is depicting like your mother or one of your loved ones in spirit. And I can see... oh, bless Kate. This makes a lot of sense when you're saying about David. I can see as your mother, your dad, your brother, and everybody else up there coming down from the spirit world, making this beeline for this photograph, okay? And with this sense of saying, we've been trying to move the photograph to get your attention. Now, it looks like the photograph is sat on something. Now, the photograph, what I see on display, it seems to be depicting a very happy occasion, that it was a very meaningful day and everyone's having a good laugh for whatever that is. And it seems to have a very emotional attachment to it. And I can see them trying to move that photograph. Now, something else that's been put into my thoughts as well, Kate, that I can see that your loved ones have seen. I'm going to just draw something very quickly. I'll do it as dark as I can so you can see it. And please forgive the poor drawing. Because there's something else that I think that your mother, your dad, and your brother has been trying to move. There may be a collection of these as well, Kate. This is a very poor drawing, but I think it'll give you an idea of what I've just seen. Okay, so hopefully you can confirm. So this may be in your house, or it may be in one of your family members. Photos was St. Patrick's Day. Oh, thank you for confirming. I didn't see that, darling. So it looks a little bit like this, and I'm seeing like lots of figurines, and it's like people embracing and things like that. And there's like a collection of them, I think. There's like a man and a woman cuddling. There may be a mother and child. And there seems to be a little bit of a collection, and I think they call them like willow tree ornaments or something on those lines. Now I can see that your family's been around where they've seen these, and they've actually tried to move one, to turn one a little bit, to say, hey, that's us, we're here, we're very, very much around. Oh, wow, okay, that's awesome. My darling, there is so much love here from your brother, and I'm absolutely thrilled to pieces that these wonderful people have come and embraced us tonight. Know they're very much with you, and your brother is healed. The horrible condition is gone, and he is back on his feet. And he loves you very, very much indeed. And I can see, just as he draws back from me now, oh, your sister has them. Thank you for confirming. I can see as he draws away now that, again, in personality as brothers to sisters, that kind of thing, you know, he'd want to tease, he'd want to pull your leg, probably hit you on the backside with a tea towel or something on those lines. There was always that kind of cheeky little side of him. But I tell you this, my darling, although he didn't say a lot to you, he wants you to know that he deeply, deeply loves you, as does your mother and father. Okay, so know that they're with you tonight. Know that they're with all your family and they're very much here. And I'll leave their love. And thank you for all the wonderful feedback you've given through the reading. And God bless you, Kate. God bless. Whew. Okay, so if I can see some more names, please, Richard. Oh, I like that you call me young, Richard. It could be the filter, what's on my camera, just getting rid of the wrinkles. Okay, let's have a little look at the names. Let's see who we got. Jocelyn, sorry, Jocelyn. Who else have we got? Jackie Green. I feel, hold on a minute. Christine Murray's. Jackie Green. So look at Christine as well. I'm kind of toying between Christine and Jacqueline now. Can I just see Jacqueline's picture again, please? Oh, Jackie, not Jacqueline. Sorry, I do apologise. And the next one again, Christine. Okay, let's just work with Christine for a few moments, but maybe Jackie, just pay attention for a moment. It may be for somebody else, and I may be confused because it is quite difficult to gauge, but I can feel a gentleman's energy that is also reaching out. But I feel like I want to say a husband's love, a husband's love. So I don't know if this is with Christine or Jackie, or if it's even for somebody else. But the feeling that I get with this man, although there's conditions with him, that he does pass over very, very quickly. It's almost like I want to say like a heart attack or an aneurysm. It's a very fast motion that had happened. And I feel that I want to say that he never suffered in any way. Even if it's not for the two ladies, please, do let me know. And if it's for somebody else, please comment so that Richard can see. So this man's passing was very quick. It was very unexpected, but it was a natural circumstance. It was a condition that he had. Either his heart gave out or there was an aneurysm. It was just so fast, so quick, and he wanted to express, I never felt a thing. It's almost as if he was just doing his everyday thing and boom, off he went into the world of spirit. And he's so wanting to reach out to his family, to the love of his life, to the love of his life. That's what I keep hearing. My late partner, Christine Morris. So it is the Christine. Okay. And it was a heart attack. Thank you so much. Because it was kind of toying between the two names. It's just as those images come up, he stepped in very quickly. So your beautiful husband, Christine, is very, very much with you. And I did feel it was very quick. It was very sudden. And the feeling that I had within Christian, that he didn't particularly make an old man. He was still in his working age. He never got into retirement years, and we never got that chance to spend those later years and have a life together. And I tell you this, my darling, the way he was expressing to me, my love of my life is on the love of my life. And I could hear that being said, you see. So he was really pushing me. He's like, I've got to come through. I've got to come through. And even though your time was limited with him, and, as I said, we should have more years, that the time that you shared together, Christine, this man holds every moment precious to him. Even when there was days when you told him off and he was doing your head in, he still misses that with you, because I know what us men can be like. We can be pains in the backside. We're not perfect. But when we look back at our life, it's not there no more, we miss it. Yeah. So he's just around his retirement age. Bless him, Christine. And you can see with this beautiful man that the years that you shared, he is cherishing. And as he puts it into my thoughts, Christine, as he looks upon you today, you was as beautiful today as you ever were. You really were soulmates. Yeah, you called me the love of my life. That's it. That's how it came to me, you see, Christine. Oh, you can make me cry. I'm feeling quite emotional right now. And I feel even to this day, because it's been a few years that he's been over there, Christine, that you can see that you remember him, you talk to him on a daily basis, and he listens to you, darling. He listens, and he will never, ever leave you. And when you take your journey into the world of spirit, whenever that is, this man will come and grace you. He will be there to take you home. But not just yet, Christine. It's not quite your time. And I feel very drawn as well where you sit in your house, Christine, very close by here to the side of you, if that's in your chair there next to you, or maybe where you lay in bed, that there's a beautiful photograph of this man. okay, that I know that you talk to him. And I actually can see as well, after the few years that he's been over there, that you still have one or two pieces of his clothing still. And I actually think you've got a couple of pieces in your wardrobe as well. And I can see just after he passed away, in those first few weeks, where you'd go to the wardrobe and you would actually pull out one of his shirts or his jumpers, and I can see you doing this, and you would smell like the essence of this man as the comfort. And maybe you took that article and even slept with it as well, just to feel him, to feel the energy of this beautiful man. You know what, Christine, I'm going to stand by my words here. This man did not have a bad bone in his body. He did not. And he didn't deserve to go at that time of his life. But the important thing is, Christine, is to tell you the facts that he didn't suffer. He didn't feel a thing. He really didn't. And because of the circumstances around that passing away that it happened, a lot of people didn't get a chance to say goodbye in his family. And as I demonstrated earlier on, when we take that final breath and we go into spirit, they come around us all. So he would have gone around all the family members, most definitely. There is a watch that is still kept. I don't know if it's you that's kept it still or you've passed it on to family members. But as I see this watch into my thoughts, I wonder actually if it's in the drawer in the bedside cabinet. Or maybe somewhere in the bedroom. But the watch I'm looking at, Christine, it's an old wind-up watch. It's not a battery operated, and I think it's got a bit of a worn-looking leathered strap. Okay, so it's a bit different to mine. There is a leather kind of strapped, and it almost looks like a crocodile-y kind of skin, or maybe the leather's cracked a bit, and maybe that's what I'm seeing. But as I'm looking at that watch closely into my thoughts, it appears, as I'm looking at it, that it looks like, give me that again, hold on, Christine, let me just sketch that so I can get the right piece of information. Yeah. So that's a little hand, isn't it? So it looks to me, Christine, if you get your hands on this watch, if it is you that's got it, it looks like it says 22 minutes past 1. So if we turn it upside down, it will look like about 10 to 8, I think. Okay, so somewhere around the family, if it's you that's kept it or you've passed it on, I think that watch is actually stopped or broken, and the hands looks about 22 minutes past 1. Okay, bless. Okay, so wonderful, brilliant man, absolutely brilliant. And as he shows me as well, on a regular basis, he will come in visitation. He will come and sit by your side. He will come and lay with you in bed when you feel need to have him around. I can see him put his hand on top of yours and giving you a kiss, He did show me he had that watch. Perfect. He is showing me as well, Christine, that when he was laid to rest, there was a note that was written up and folded several times and placed with him. I think maybe you did that like a letter to heaven, your heartfelt words to him. And it's interesting because I feel as I draw to the end of the note, in the last line or last two lines, there is something that he is referencing about, oh, you've got the watch then, Christine, perfect, so maybe you can validate what I said. So the last couple of lines of that note, it's saying something, you must come back for me, make sure you come back for me. And he said, I've never left you. There's nothing to come back for because I'm always watching over you. I will always be with you. And he has been trying to leave you signs, Christine. Like a lot of our loved ones are sending things like the butterflies, the robins, the feathers, all that kind of thing. And he does that in abundance. Now, it looks like as we go out your back door into your back garden, I think it's about 7 or 8 foot away, or maybe just a little bit more, maybe about 12 foot up the garden. I believe there's something that has been placed into the garden in his memory. Maybe you've put a little array of flowers there, like a rose bush, or you've put a memorial plaque or whatever it is. There's something that he's drawing me to out there that I know is in remembrance. And it's like I try to bring the butterflies and the robins very close by to it. Okay, so look out for that, Christine. Bless. Is also referenced to me as well. I did send a letter to heaven. Thank you. September the 24th, September the 25th seems to have a lot of importance. Okay. And he's also referencing to me as well. Christine, you're gonna have to confirm this for me, but I think I've got it right with him. If we're thinking about now, at this very, very moment in time, Christine, is it 54 years that you've been together? 54 years now, not at the time of his passing, but where we are today. If that's something you confirm, that would be brilliant. Maybe give or take 1 year, 2 years, but I'm feeling I've gone beyond 5 decades, but not quite to 6. Yes, a red rose bush planted in his memory. This is great confirmation, Christine. Thank you so much for that. But if you can look at that time frame of your life together, because I'm feeling I'm somewhere about 52, 53 years, and September is very important as well. Thank you, darling. Okay. See if you just get a response on that time frame. Because he's starting to draw back now. He keeps blowing you kisses and he keeps sending his love to you. And he's always going to be with you, Christine, always and forever, until you meet him again. And I promise you, when you take your last breath, he will be there right by your side, right by your side. Okay. And, oh, you've not confirmed the years, but as long as it makes sense, my darling, there is so much love here for you. So much. Know he's always going to be with you. And know that the tears that you shed when you miss him, every one of those tears he catches and he blows them back to you as a kiss. That man will never leave you. Never. Proper soulmates. The loves of each other's lives, as he showed that to me when he first connected. So much love, Christine. God bless you. Okay, Richard, I'm ready for more people. Thank you. Okay, yes, no worries.
We just have the
Oh, yes, sorry, guys. We've got some, we're stopping for a quick interval, just a few adverts while we're waiting for the next section.
My Spirit Life is a free online interactive magazine for those who have an interest in improving their spiritual lives. Authors can upload images, videos, and audio clips to their own articles. The public can place comments, rate the article, and follow the author. All articles are vetted before being published. For more information and to place your own article, please visit myspiritlife.co.uk.
MySpiritualDirectory.com is one of the fastest growing online free listing service. Our search directory offers geolocation feature, rating ability, review system, map location, customer comment, YouTube video, gallery, social media sharing, direct contact with the lister, simple online booking and payment system. It's free to register and use. It even creates your own mini web page, which you can update at any time, and yes, it's still free, no monthly or yearly fees. 100% free. Creates your own profile page. Add social media and other links. Add a mini gallery and a YouTube video. Rating, reviews and comments. Includes online booking and payments. So, if you're looking for a medium or a reader, even a church, maybe a healer, or any other spiritual service, then visit myspiritualdirectory.com.
Wimbledon Spiritualist Church hosts our divine service tomorrow. This starts from 11 a.m. with a demonstration of mediumship.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. In a few seconds, we will do some more readings. I hope you're all enjoying yourself so far. And for those that are listening, I hope you can take a great deal of comfort just listening to the readings. So, Richard, when you're ready, my friend, I'll have a look at a few more names and see where we're drawn to on this next section. Oh, that's very kind of you, Christine, to say that. Thank you very, very much. Okay, wonderful. Oh, bless Carol Goodwin. What was that other lady that was just before Betty McBean? There was a lady just before the last one that came on who said she's been coming on for a year. Was it Terry, was it? Okay, I've put your name out there, Terry, and see if anybody connects. I can't guarantee, but you know, if somebody does connect through, then we'll come to you, Terry. Okay, so you just scan a few more names for me, and I'll see if I'm getting close with anybody. Okay, Maxine Reed, Natalie Bentley. Well, thank you very much everybody for joining with me. Yes, please, if that's Kim, Linda Watson, Michelle Yoreth, Wendy Watson, Charlotte Ellen Day, Alina Jeffrey, Cheryl Burdenyak. I think that's how you say it. Please forgive me if I said your name wrong, darling. It was lovely to see everybody, and I'm just seeing where I'm drawn to, guys. Lisa Sears. Okay, let's have a little. Oh, whoa. Okay, right. So we've got a lovely young lady that's now stepping into the atmosphere. This, oh, bless her heart. Okay, so I think everybody's gonna have to listen, and I think we're just gonna have to see where we're drawn to on this one. But I can feel she's come very close to me. You see, she's come very close because she's wanting to say, oh crikey, this lady, she connects. I'm feeling lacerations to her body, lacerations. This young lady, please, as she passes into the spirit world, I know there was a third party involved. There was another person involved that's taken her over there. So she has lost her life into the hands of another person. And I feel with her that the person that unfortunately was involved in the passing of this young lady was known to her. It was known to her, and I think it might be through relationships, maybe a boyfriend or something on those lines. She had sadly lost her life in his hands. That's what I'm seeing. She's only a young lady as well. I think just a little bit younger than me. I'm in my late 40s, but she would be somewhere, I think 30s, early 30s, possibly a late 20 there as I'm looking at her. She's got quite a youthful look. I feel she was wanting to come out of this situation. She was wanting to come out of this relationship. Something went wrong, and there's a temper that was lost, and she unfortunately lost her life. Oh my word. Okay. I've not been able to ascertain yet if this is lacerations from a knife wound or it was a blow to her body that caused the I'm not going to go into too much graphical detail, but let's just say my sister, oh my word, my sister lost her life with a stab to her kidneys. Oh my word, Kate, we connected with you earlier as well, didn't we? But when they come in, you see, and even if it's all for you the entire evening, that's the way things can work. Oh, Kate, I'm so sorry. Kate, if my sister-in-law was murdered by a, oh right, there's another one, Rebecca Jane. So I just need them two ladies just to listen very carefully. So if we look at the age range, the one thing I did pick up, she was in her early 30s, yes, and it was through relationship. And I feel that the lady, I think it's Rebecca, sorry, Tracy, but as I'm looking at the feedback here, everything that I was seeing and experiencing is connecting with Rebecca. But thank you for speaking with me. I think it's the one before Richard. Yeah, I think it's Rebecca. I saw early 30s. I knew that this would be through the relationship, and it feels, Rebecca, that she was wanting to break off this relationship. And I feel with him that a fit of rage, that he couldn't cope with the fact of not having this lady in her life and couldn't stand the thought of her meeting anybody new. So this was certainly through that kind of thing. And I feel also very drawn to say, Rebecca, to a degree, I don't think justice has been completely done. And I think that maybe manslaughter was given, or he's got an early release or whatever that is. I just feel justice not been completely done in behalf of her. And I can see that she is wanting to express the fact that despite what had happened, that she comatosed very quickly, that she didn't suffer. And this is so important to her family, that she's made it over there and she's with a loved one. She's been healed. She's fine. She loves you all very, very, very much indeed. Was it Rebecca's sister-in-law? I can't remember now, Richard. Sister-in-law. So was that through her partner? Is that his sister, or is it through her partner, is it? Okay, so if Rebecca just can confirm that for me, because yes, that's exactly what happened. So she's confirmed that detail, so that's really wonderful, Rebecca. Thank you so much. So yes, I do feel there's been a bit of an injustice that has been done, and you know, but as we know from them in the spirit world, to see exactly what has happened, and you know, they will have to face the music at some point up in the spirit world. We're not going to get into debate about karma and things like this. What is important, that we know that this young lady, she has found her peace. She's found her peace. She is happy, and that she's living on. She's living on. And it's so sad to see this has happened. Oh my word. It breaks my heart, because I get a gut feeling, Rebecca, that her mum was still alive, that she had to lay her own daughter to rest. And this is absolutely heartbreaking. And I see as well, Rebecca, that many family members and friends had sent, oh, it was your brother's ex. All right, I see. Okay. What I'm seeing, Rebecca, your nephew's mum. Okay. But it was another relationship that she had, because it wasn't your brother that did it, was it? Because that's not what I'm seeing. So she must have had another relationship, and then this had happened. So she still would have connected to your family. But what I do see, Rebecca, my lovely, is that when she was laid to rest, I can see people out on the streets. There were so many people that come out for her send-off. And I see also at least 40 or 50 balloons that has gone up into the spirit world, that was sent up in a memory. And I think her child had put one with mummy on it. I think he may have drew a picture on the balloon or wrote mummy and put kisses on and sent the balloon up to his mom. Okay. And she's wanting to say, I got the balloon. She's also referenced as well, Rebecca. Now, this may be something you've got to get confirmed, but I think they have taken a few items of her clothing and converted them into a memory cushion and memory teddies and things like that. And she seems to be very, very moved by that. She's very, very moved. Somebody has also had her name tattooed with angel wings. Okay. Somebody's had a tattoo with angel wings. I think they may have had it put onto the back, or maybe somewhere low down onto the bottom of the back. Yeah, thank you for the confirmation there. It was a new boyfriend. I did think so, because when I got the feeling about what had happened, this wouldn't have been a biological connection of the person that did it to you. It's an outside source that would have no connection in that respect. So thank you for confirming that. So yes, there was a few things she showed me there very quickly, in a sense of balloons that were sent up. There was a memory teddy bear or memory cushion that was done. There's been a tattoo with wings with her name or something on those lines. Now, I know she used to knock around with somebody called Laura, Rebecca. I think that may have been one of her friends, you know, of Laura. And there's a mention of Jade, not Jane, but Jade, Jade, as well, that people that was known around her life, that I know she's sending thoughts to, which is really, really nice. She also mentions Ollie as well, of Ollie, O-L-I, Ollie. So that may be short for Oliver or Olivia or something on those lines. And I think these are all connections through friends and maybe family. But she's sending love in abundance, despite her coming out the family of breaking off with your brother. You know, I know sometimes we think, oh, it's the ex-sister-in-law and things like this. She did not deserve to go into the world of spirit in that fashion. Definitely, definitely not. She really didn't. And that nephew of yours now has obviously been left without his mom. That is absolutely heartbreaking. And for her to leave in the conditions that she did. Yeah, that'd be great if you can. That'd be really nice confirmation. To leave in the manner that she did, nobody should have to leave this earth that way. But it was so important to express that she comatose quickly. She didn't suffer too much, even though we may see that very differently, that she didn't. Her soul, her spirit knew the body wasn't going to survive. It was coming out of the body. It was sparing her any kind of pain. And that young lady now is a guiding light for her children, and she watches over them, and she loves them so, so much. She really, really does. And I don't know if you can tell your nephew, I don't know how young he is, if he would understand. But when the time is right, Rebecca, you know, maybe if this has been recorded, yes, it has been recorded, so you might be able to play this back to him at some point, of knowing that Mummy is very proud of him, of the young boy that he's becoming, of the young man that he's becoming. And I know he's going to grow to do great things. He truly is. And he's going to shine. He's going to make her proud, I know. And I know in his heart he's going to live for that, to make his mum proud. Know that she's with you tonight. Know that she's at peace. And God bless you, Rebecca. God bless. Okay, Richard, I'm ready for some more.
Yeah. Remember Lena, who
Sorry, oh, right, okay. Sometimes the spirit world, as you probably know yourself, Richard, can bring a bit of a theme as well. If there's more than one over there, they can kind of come in a kind of a bit of a group. So if you can take comfort from that as well, Evelina, then we're doing a great job. Okay, darling. But thank you for speaking up, and God bless you, Evelina. Jade was Holly's best friend. Right, okay. So there may be a crossover. It can happen, because if there's more than one in the atmosphere, it's like it can theme together. So if you can take information as well, then brilliant. Then we can touch more than one family today. Okay, that's brilliant. Okay, Richard, is there any others that are we can see if I'm drawn to before we finish? Louise Donovan. It's a very serious picture. Abby Smith, nice smile. Jade Munn. Sarah. Let's have a look. Tina. I feel drawn to Tina Elthorpe. Tina, if this is for you, darling, I think it is, my love. But would I be right in saying that your father's in spirit? Because there's this very paternal, fatherly presence. As I saw your image and your name there, straight away there's a man comes into the spirit world. He's wrapping his energy, his arms around you like this. It's like, I am here, I'm not gone. This man seems like a real gentleman to me, you know, Tina. And if I was to meet this lovely man for the first time, he'd come and shake my hand. You know, he would open a door out for a lady. You know, you can feel it in his energy, a real lovely father figure. And I can see him coming back and forth in visitation. I'm here, I'm not gone. And he had fought very hard as well. And I think he also may have lost a little bit of weight. And I know this man's obviously a father figure to you, and you would be very biased with your family. But I will say this, Tina, as I look upon him, and in particular of his early days there, he was a handsome chappie. I can see why your mum fell for him. Oh, he was a good-looking man, your dad. And I can see back in his heyday, and when he was like 18 and 19, he'd be walking down the street, and if any ladies was passing, they would turn back to have a little look. Absolutely. And I can feel this, like, this is my hero, my dad. And he looks upon you, like, yes, my daughter, she's grown, but she's still my baby girl, she's still my princess. He loves you so much, you know, he really does. Now, he does put into my thoughts, Tina, albeit it comes across as being this very kindred and very decent man, and I stand by my words, he certainly is. I think your dad's got that element of old school with him as well, you know. I think he found it difficult to express himself, you know, in words like, I love you, I'm proud of you, kissy, 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 licky, licky kind of man. But the thing about your dad is, Tina, is that he didn't have to do those kind of things, because you can look into this man's eyes and you knew that he had love in them. You knew he had love, just the way he would look at you. Absolutely. So he didn't have to repeatedly say these kind of things because his actions spoke a lot louder than his words. And you can see with him that he did work very hard. This man, he put a lot of long hours in. And even when he come home from work, he would still be on the go, still be on the go. He'd go out into this garden, he'd be tendering his to a garden, or he'd be doing a little project in his house, always kept himself busy, always had a go at anything. If there's any repairs, he would always try. And I really admire those kind of men very, very much so. And ladies, when ladies do it too, very, very much like that, always grafting. It would have been a very rare thing to have seen your dad sat being idle. He was always on the go. And I think as well, because mom was a very strong kind of character. She was certainly the one that run the home, so to speak. And you know what she said, everybody kind of said, yes, we'll get it done. You know, she was very strong. And your dad's like, I think he'd go out in his garden so he didn't get from underneath your mum's feet. You know what I mean? She was a one that was really running things, great in the kitchen, and she could make cakes and things like this. Certainly the matriarch, your mother. But I tell you that there was always love between them, always. And I do see with your dad as well. Give me again, my friend. Have you got that with you? So he's got this lovely dog with him as well. He's got a lovely, lovely dog that he seems to be very fond of. Now, we're not very good with breeds. I see like the sizes of the animals, and this would be probably about the size of a Jack Russell Yorkshire Terrier sized dog. So quite a small dog. And I can see he's become very fond of it. And when he comes in visitation, Tina, he brings the dog with him sometimes. This may be your house that I'm looking at. So as I go into the back garden and I go beyond the perimeter of your garden, I can see like fields around. And I can see your dad bringing his dog with him and taking the dog for a run out into the fields. So that was either where he used to live with mom or maybe where you live. But I see it coming in visitation with this dog. And so that's really, really nice. And he seems to be very, very fond of it. But yes, your mom, bless her, she was a very strong kind of character. You certainly wouldn't have messed with her. You know, she would put you in your place. But on saying that with mom, I know she's got a good heart. She's got a good heart. Now, I want to take you back through memory lane. We're going back a long time ago when you was a little girl. Mum shows me about an altercation that she had with one of the neighbours. Now, if we can picture for a moment an old TV show, I don't know if you're in the UK or you're overseas, so I'll just have to describe, but there was a TV show back in the 1980s called Bread, and it was based in Liverpool. And there was this lady, she was called Ma Boswell, okay? And she would often go out onto the front and she would have altercations with this lady called Lilo Lil. And they used to have these, you know, handbags at dawn kind of moments. Now, I saw an image of your mother when the kids was young, when you guys was young, you was playing out on the front, maybe skipping or doing whatever you do. Oh, you are in the UK, so you probably know what bread is. So playing out on the front, well, one of these neighbours was complaining. It's like, oh, get up your own end, you're noisy, get up your own end kind of thing. So mum was in an earshot of this. She comes marching out, I'll have none of this, you get back in your house kind of thing. So what I can see with your mother, you know, she's the only one that can tell the kids off. They're my children. If I tell them off, my time, but nobody else does it other than me. That's what I feel with your mom. So she will fight to the end of the earth for the children. Absolutely. Nobody else, nobody will do it, my children other than me. That's what I see with your mom. She is an amazing lady. And what I like about her as well, Tina, is that when there's a problem in the family, like somebody's having a bit of a rough time and we're feeling a bit down, you know, that things are not going well, mum will come marching down from the spirit world. It's like, I'm there for you all. Come on, stop feeling sorry for yourself. And she'll give that little bit of a push. She'll give that little bit of a push, your mum. Okay, so when you are feeling down, put thoughts to her, because she'll give you that energy, that confidence that we need sometimes, because mum had it in buckets. She really did. She was never scared of anything. So call upon her. Definitely call upon her. So you've got your beautiful mother, you've got your beautiful father that are very, very much with you tonight, Tina, and they love you very much indeed. One thing they give to me before they step back, the one thing they give to me about you, Tina, is I need to say to you, you have got to start thinking about yourself just a little bit more, okay? Because I feel as a person, I feel you are a very kindred, a very giving, very kind soul, and you just give all the time. If it's money, your time, your energy, and you do very little for yourself. You're a very selfless kind of person, and your mum and dad is like, you must remember about you. You've got to start thinking about yourself just a little bit more and finding that balance in life, most definitely. Sometimes we have to cut those strings a little bit and allow people to grow for themselves, even if they are making the odd little mistake, that they've got to learn from it. Okay, it's okay for us to be there for people, but we're not to carry them, because it will wear you down in the end. So you've got to find that balance in life. Absolutely, Christine. Sorry, Tina. So know that your mother, your father, are kind of kicking your butt tonight. Like, come on, girl, come on. Because life is short. We've got to make our memories for ourselves as well and have a bit of a life, because it has been give. So know they are with you tonight and they love you very much. Will always be with you, always and forever. God bless you, Tina. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have come to the end of the session, and I've hoped that those who have received messages tonight can take a great deal from them, and then from them listening in, and those that can connect with some of the messages as well is absolutely brilliant, because if you can touch more than one person, then the spirit world are doing a great job. But it's been a pleasure and it's been an absolute honor to be invited to come onto this platform and to bring the love of the spirit world. And I thank you all from the bottom of your heart for joining with me tonight. Thank you very much.
A quick happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Champagne.
Happy birthday to you. Or to your...
Say
your
goodbye,
birthday. Oh, 34.
Say goodbye.
Sorry, Richard.
You just want to say goodbye.
Oh, yes. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will be tuning off now. So thank you very much, everybody, for being with us tonight. Till the next time, good night and God bless.